cold emailing is as every bit intimidating as you think it is. I've probably sent 1,000 emails since starting in 2014, and let me tell you, it gets a bit easier, but it's still hard. When I was studying graphic design, I knew I wasn't the best designer. I could see that everyone had way more talent than me, a better eye and understanding of design than I ever could. I couldn't draw for shit at the time, and even now a little, and I knew I'd be up against some tough competition in the job market. Literally all my classmates. So what could I do? I could practice and study more. Nah. So I thought I'd just have to get in earlier. In my second year, I really wanted a summer internship. Getting work experience is way more valuable in this industry than grades. So that's what I did. But how? I emailed every single design boutique, agency and studio in this city. I probably sent around 200 emails, and guess what? I got an internship! And it was with one of the best studios in the country. When I went for my third year portfolio reviews, so many seasoned designers asked me how I got that internship. When I started looking for jobs, that studio was always mentioned. And yes, that studio is great, but what's even greater is that I got that internship myself. That success then made me believe that I can do this for literally anything in my life. Before graduation, I started cold emailing again to a lot of the same companies because Perth is kind of small, but also to print shops and marketing agencies. I landed a job with a tech company because I cold emailed their sister design agency, and that's where I worked for 2 years. Before I tell you the rest of my cold email story, I have a question for you. Do you feel trapped? Are you tired of social media? Tired of the algorithm grinding away, making 3 posts a day, hoping that the great algorithm will bring you the right customer, the right client? Well, this is me telling you, social media ain't gonna help. It wasn't my social media following that got me those first 2 jobs. It was endurance. I knew that cold emailing was going to be a long game, but in my opinion, social media is an even longer game. Now, don't get me wrong, I think social media is a great tool. These days, I like to treat social media like a portfolio and a communication tool. It's easy for peers and customers to look at your work quickly and get a sense of who you are. But I think there's something missing in the equation when it comes to outreach. Maybe it is the algorithm, but I think we've become too reliant on social media doing the reach for us. We don't know how to be our own salesperson. This is where I step in because you really don't know what you don't know. Focusing on social media as your only lead generation is like shooting in the dark. Cold emails are like shooting at dusk, where you can barely make out the target, but at least you know you're shooting in the right direction and you kind of hope to hit it anyway. Now, as you might be able to guess, I didn't just land a couple jobs through cold emailing, but every single new start in my art career has been through me pursuing it through my cold email strategy. And why? It's so much work. Well, if you don't have a network and you don't have someone on the inside, this is the only way I know how to get in. After my first 2 very, very cheap murals, I sent out hundreds of emails to cafes to try get a cafe mural. My very first fully paid mural was through cold emails, and it just so happened to be the cafe where my friend Joanna worked at before we became great friends. When I first moved to New Zealand, I had 0 contacts. I only knew my in-laws and Ben's friends, and that was it. So I did what I do best. I emailed the crap out of this country. That's how I got to paint for a co-working space in Auckland and a holiday park in the South Island, which is where I'm headed now. When I still had my online shop, I wanted to get into wholesaling. So what did I do? You know the drill. I cold emailed every bookshop, florist, and newsagent. And I got 7 wholesale clients through that. None of them knew who I was or had ever seen my art, and then they started stalking me. Oh, actually, there's one more success story. Kinda. When I got made redundant from my tech job, I was looking for internships in China because I thought it'd be cool and I would immerse myself in the culture and language. After cold emails, 100 companies or so, I found an internship. They offered me 6 months, free accommodation, and to go next month, but I totally chickened out, and it's something I have regret ever since. But at least I get to tell you a story. So that's all the cold email success I've ever had. Might seem a lot to some, might seem like nothing to others, but to me it's one of the best recounts I have of my own tenacity and endurance. Okay, so that was a long story. Let's get into how I actually approach my cold email strategy step by step so you can do it too. In fact, let's do it together, right now. Firstly, I have my Google Sheets set up so I can input the emails and business names in straight away. I have created a free template which you can get from my link in the description. To search for businesses, I always use Google Maps. You want to be targeting your local area first, and this way you're not getting a bunch of sponsored listings when you're just using Google. Let's say I'm looking for breweries to pitch my mural service to. Breweries near me. Click on the page, find the email. If it's not on the map listing, it'll be on the website. Not on their website, it's on their Facebook or Insta. It will always be somewhere. You might have to dig a little. Okay, so I have all these emails and now I'm ready to send them a pitch. I simply use a template like this. It explains what I do, where I'm based, and how we could work together. I'm still working on this opening line and I have changed it a lot over the years and probably will continue to do so. Then I paste a link to an example of a mural I did. I'll try to choose an example that's similar to the business, i.e. past cafe clients or grocery stores I've painted for. Talk about my specialization and what my goal is when creating a mural. Then I say I have attached a short presentation which has examples of my work and a client list. Then close the email with a call to action like, would love to schedule a video chat. And that's it! Once an email is sent, I check it on my spreadsheet so I know I've done it. I know there are email tools you can use and I've signed up to so many of them, but I just can't be bothered using a third-party service, to be honest. Some services also limit the number of emails you can send, or they can end up in the client's junk box. So I find this is the simplest way to go about it. And it's free. When I was looking for holiday parks to contact, I happened to stumble upon a government directory that had a list of every holiday park in the country. So that time I didn't have to pull out Google Maps. It got me thinking about other ways you could find emails that may not be location specific, like searching up directories or guides. I just quickly searched directory of event stylist New Zealand and one blog had a list of different vendors. Search functions on Instagram and TikTok are great these days too. This way you can also see if the business is active and what their style is like. A lot of businesses on Instagram will also have their email in their bio or contact button. Okay, so that's the gist of it. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of success rate. I'll tell you straight up, it's not even a full percent. Just doing the numbers in New Zealand, I have sent 390 emails to various industries. I received 24 replies and have converted 2 clients. Could I have gotten more work? Probably, but I'm also a mum and I'm pretty tired and I didn't want to overwork myself because a good mum is a happy mum and that's my #1 priority. Okay, bye. That is a 0.005% success rate. It is incredibly low. It's a long slog and it's mentally draining, but you know what? It's not zero. If I didn't send those 390 emails, I wouldn't have had these 2 amazing clients. I wasn't focused on growing my social media here because I can see the numbers. Out of 2,000 plus followers on Instagram, I've had 3 clients over 4 years. Coming to New Zealand, I knew the fastest way to get a client was to get in contact with them myself. And I was right. So I think that's it. Moral of the story is, if you want something, you gotta get it yourself. If you want to change in your career, use this tactic if you have nothing else. Reality check, you will not hear back from a lot of companies. That's just what it is. They may read your email and see that it's a service that they don't need and not even bother saying no thanks. The replies that I got that didn't lead to anything were kind rejections. They said my work was lovely, but it's not something they need. So if you've been feeling down about how to try to move your art career in a new direction, please give this a go. Whether it's to contact art galleries, potential clients, or even peers for collaboration. You never know where a nicely worded email will get you. Check out my free spreadsheet template in the description. It's super simple, which is what I like about it, and makes keeping track of your emails very handy. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. And if you have any comments or want me to go in depth in any area, just let me know. Till the next video, bye!